There's several ways to go about improving the quality of your practice. If you're a physical therapist in private practice, you're often looking at all the minutiae of things that annoy you, bother you, frustrate you, that you wish were better, that you wish were perfect, the way you see it in your own mind. I often start by looking at myself. I look at you. We need to look at ourselves first. We need to look in the mirror and understand that there's two things you can be at any moment in time. You could either be the effect of everything that's going on around you, or you can be at cause over it. So we all know the healthcare system's screwed up. There's no question. The United States healthcare system is a corrupt, failing, out of whack, out of balance, out of fairness system. There's any words, adjectives you want to throw at it. I've been doing this since 1992, and it's not gotten any better. It's only gotten worse. The complexity, the overregulation, the reduced reimbursement, the decreased compensation, the increased cost, the increased payroll, the labor shortage. 6 out of 10 able-bodied people are working, the rest are not. And the list goes on and on and on. And so here I go again, acting like a private practice owner in my clinic, extremely frustrated, complaining, nattering about everything that's not the way I want it to be. Well, here's what you can do. If you want to have a practice that's in the top 10%, you're going to start off by looking at yourself and you're going to say, I need to take control of the things I can control. The things you can't control are just not worth the worry and concern. Let somebody else fight that fight. Get into your business and say to yourself, if I'm going to have a thriving, extremely viable practice, then I'm going to stop concerning myself with what Medicare is doing or not doing, what the insurance companies are doing or not doing, because I can conceive for one moment that somebody in private practice is winning at this. Somebody's succeeding. Somebody's in the top 10% of those 36 or 38,000 private practices nationwide. Why can't it be me? And since it can be you, it's going to start with you. These owners are winning because they figured out the basic principles of how to confront, create, collaborate, commit, and control the present and future. So what does that mean? Well, net profit, net revenue, EBITDA, any way you want to slice that one, is going to be a result of your good CEO ability. Your CEO ability is going to be exercised in the area of reducing costs and increasing income. So you've got 5 practice models to pick from, and I've talked about this before. You've got mobile, cash, out-of-network, traditional, and hybrid. The hybrid model now is absolutely the most viable business model you can embrace. So let's embrace that one. That means 20-25% of our revenue is coming from cash, the rest is coming from third-party payers, insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. Okay, great. So now we're going to look at the practice management strategy that's going to slide right in under that model. So you picked your model, now you got to pick a practice management strategy. Depending on where you are in the country, that could be, I'm going to see a patient 55 to 65 minutes coming in every half hour, or I'm going to see them every 40 minutes. Those are the top 2 schedules in the country, no matter where you are in the US, seeing patients every 40 minutes or seeing patients on the half hour for 55 to 65 minutes. Which one do you go with? Well, if you're in a high reimbursed area with an abundance of patients, a waiting list, if you will, the every half hour schedule with a team approach, DPT, PTA, and tech is going to be your best. It's obviously even better if you have DPT, PTA, and tech, green team. DPT, PTA, tech, blue team. And then you actually have team stats, team bonuses. You get the individuals to work together. The patients feel like they have one-on-one care throughout the entire duration of care. You're not using your techs for billable services. You're using them as facilitators, and they're dovetailing maybe with your front office as well as your back office. You can have 3 full-time PTs to any one tech. If you're in that young, active, booming practice environment with high reimbursement, go for it. That's going to work tremendously well for you. The overwhelming majority is what I meant to say of PT practices nationwide are going to be about 80% of those of you who I'm speaking to are going to go with the 40-minute schedule. The 40-minute schedule is going to give you the highest frequency and the greatest level of care. And if you can do evals and re-evals in 40 minutes and you don't have to switch up, that's ideal, absolutely ideal. So now we got our practice management strategy. We're going to be hands-on, we're going to be outcome-based, we're going to be high-quality-based, we're going to know that due to Net Promoter Score, we're going to know that due to surveys, we're going to know that due to our EMR system outcomes. So now you've got that. Check that box. Now, when we look at the expenses, you don't have a whole lot of control over the clinician expenses. Clinicians are going to be what they're going to be for your area. Everyone's going to be up or down within $5,000 or $10,000 of each other. Not a lot of fluctuation there. Obviously, pay for performance model, push that down, put that in. Low base salary, high outcome of a merit-based system. It's going to work wonders for you. And what do you actually compensate your clinicians on? What they went to school for: clinical efficiency, clinical productivity, and actual success, high quality results, quality of care. So you measure those and you bonus accordingly. All right, done. Clinical area done. Hold in basic stats, basic KPIs, you're fine. Let's move over to the other side, your cost side. Now here's where you have a lot of control, and that's the essence of this episode, and we're going to end with this. You have total control over every decision you make regarding your administrative services. If you took your total payroll and took your total monthly GI, gross income, and you then separated out what percentage of your payroll, what portion of your payroll was administrative and what portion was clinical. Take the clinical bucket and set that aside. Look at that administrative bucket. Look back over the last year, and every single turnover you've had in last year, add $17,000 to $23,000 to that cost. Anybody who's managing and supervising, spending time, add that to the cost. Any equipment, overtime, a vacation, FICA, health insurance, all the normal things. Add that all in there. When you add that all up, what percent of your total monthly GI is that? Because I'm guaranteeing you right now, if you got rid of all those raises, all those performance reviews, all those bad hair days, all those sick days, all those snow days, all those vacation days, all the ancillary services, expenses that go with those services is what I meant to say. You could literally outsource your entire administrative function of your clinic and walk in tomorrow and just manage DPTs, PTAs, and techs. What would that mean for you? What would your clinical life be like if you were a practice owner and you literally just had to focus on the patient care experience, the company culture with your staff, the brand and reputation that you're building based on outcomes and results, and the outreach in your community so that you, as the practice owner, are running a practice that's above 15% net revenue, above 15 cents on the dollar as profit, ideally 20 cents on the dollar or higher? What would your life be like if your payroll as a percent of your overall monthly GI is now dropped down to about 40%? Maybe even lower depending on where you are in the country. Fewer people, fewer problems. This idea of outsourcing legal, outsourcing billing, outsourcing bookkeeping, outsourcing marketing, the digital social media marketing, and now expanding this to outsourcing everything from your front desk all the way back to your billing. And I'm not saying you have to have a screen and monitor in your front desk. You can have a great person who goes up there and does 3 main jobs, which works really easy, check in over the counter and schedule out a plan of care and go back and work in the back and bounce back and forth for your evals. If you have an EMR system that you can have a kiosk check in, all the better. But eliminating that total administrative feature, that overhead, that management, that oversight, that responsibility, and let a professional literally do it to the level that you most likely wouldn't be able to hold it to, at least on a yearly basis. According to the State of Rehab report by WebPT, the average physical therapy, or I shouldn't say average, half of the physical therapy practice owners in the country can't even keep a front desk person for up to a year. That may be you, maybe that's not you. Maybe you have a hostess with the mostest. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know the model that we're doing right now isn't working. And so many owners like you and like the ones I talk to on a weekly basis, maybe you, maybe not, complain about the work environment we're trying to succeed in. And I'm saying throw the box out. Throw it out entirely. Create a new model. Create a new practice management strategy. Outsource the admin. Drop your payroll. Minimize the number of people you have to manage. And let this collaborative, capitalistic relationship be built. And build that link, build that chain, and succeed together. The idea is you can do so much better with the right arm's length partnership than you will ever be able to do on your own. It's too much bandwidth to manage in this world, as far as I can tell, because the clinics that are actually doing it are the ones that are succeeding in it. So that's my message to you. Consider throwing out the box and starting a whole new model. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got more to come on how you can thrive in 2025.